fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Kansas City Chiefs. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Check. Check out. Here we go. Kill.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Watch the car. Gun. Here we go. Rush in.
They'll try to sweep with Elliott. 2 yards, good enough for first.
Not your normal call in short yardage, but the toss works very well there. Big people out in front, being physical, and they pick up a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Kill. 47. Go. Get out there. Watch the center.
On the counter, Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Check four.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And this one's incomplete. Adam Shaheen was the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, and we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Third and long for Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Check 56. Army. Check 15. Easy.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Open man is Higgins. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. And officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Yellow. 56. 15. Heavy on the edges. Check. Crouch. General. West. Check 31. Hey, 15. Hey, yellow. Hey, go gun.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. This pass complete to Higgins. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
First and 10 at the 10-yard line.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Cooper was the target there.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down the score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. Mahomes going to fire this out wide to Hill. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Williams. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Mike, go to 54, go to 54.
Silver. Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
Here we go.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this 1st quarter. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
The Chiefs take over first and
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Kill, kill, kill. Attack, attack. Check out Econ, 132 fighter.
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. Here's a quick throw caught by Higgins. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
We're going to 54, 1-8.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Check, 59. He don't know no better.
On 2nd down, Elliott takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. I smell fear.
Going to 54, 1-8. 26.
Mike, check.
26.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack comes from Anthony Hitchens. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Hill shedding the tackle. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he takes it all the way, but there is laundry on the field. A flag is down, and I think this one's coming back.
I agree.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On 2nd down, Hills, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Yellow, yellow. There's a water, right?
Get him. Get him.
Hero 15.
Hey, watch it. Watch it. Motion, motion. Pop, pop, pop. 56.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Down man, it's complete. Williams. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 25 yards that time.
And our Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march up another 15 against your squad.
They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Alpha.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes. Throw left side to Higgins. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. That one complete to Hill. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively. Nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. All day, just like that. Just like that. 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53.
Gun.
Where we go? Mike, 53.
Hey, kill. You only play
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely, he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Watch out for Hill on the return. He'll be hard-pressed to match that one. That a 65-yard punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
I got one. 10. Switch.
Where you at? Who's that? Is that yours? Who's that?
Mahomes now to throw. He's got it to Williams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Showing it. Hey, 43.
56 to Mike. 56.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Here we go. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike. Mike 53. Tighten up.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
At the Chiefs' 45-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Hey, 47.
Baby, that's baby shot. Mike. 53. Mike. On the ball.
Switch it. Hey.
53 is the Mike. Let's go, defense.
Hey, kill.
Off. 53 is the Mike.
26.
Now Prescott. Caught by Cobb. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
53. Don't get nervous. Motion. 53 is the Mike. 53. Check 53. I'm scared.
Here we go, 47.
Mike 53.
26.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Go, D. Let's go. Under.
Eyes up.
Gun. Here we go, 46.
Dan. Hustle. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike 53.
We're going to 53.
Tight down. There you go.
Jump 26.
And again, it's Prescott. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Here now, Brett Maher. He hit from 62 in his rookie season of 2018. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Yellow.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From just shy of midfield, Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Mahomes now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10.
Watch twist. Watch
dribbling.
Hatchet. 22 jet bomber.
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Higgins. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Let's go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
On second down now. It's Elliott, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Go. Get out there. There you go. Switch.
Prescott looks to throw on first. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. From the pistol, here's Elliott. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
There we go. Kill.
59.
26.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Going to take a shot for Gallup. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
He's got the first down and more past midfield. The 20, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. The throw over the middle, taken in. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now Prescott, wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Prescott now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, first and 10.
He's coming, double up. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship, watch the ship.
We're going to 54, why ain't?
10th carry now for Elliott. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
1-yard gain brings up second and 9 at the Chiefs' 49-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. Wide eight.
Check 53, Mike. You got nothing today. You got nothing. Let's go, let's go.
We're going to 54, wide eight.
53, Mike, 53. I'm coming up.
Go, get out there, get out there. Orbit.
On second and 9, Prescott. He gets this complete to Shaheen, the tight end. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The Cowboys on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is third and 4. Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. After the false start, sets up a third and 9.
Switch it, hey.
53 is the mic.
Hey, watch. Hey, kill. 47.
That's it. 53 is mine.
26.
53 is mine. And here we go.
26.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And problem spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We know these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Cowboys' 18. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Yellow.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Come on, let's go. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. 15.
Check your hot read.
15.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. You can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Under.
Watch the slant. Motion. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Not today.
Prescott from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Check 53. We ain't giving up nothing.
To the air again, Prescott. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long, he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here.
53, Mike 53.
Come on, boy. Come on.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
Let's get off the field, D. Mike 53.
Go. Get out there.
Ricky. 53 is the mic. 50.
Hey, 47.
Get your swerve on. Check.
First down, Prescott. And now here's another interception. Picked off around the 37. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
We got three, fellas. We got 3. Yellow. 54. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Get that ball. 2, fellas. Let's go.
Yellow.
Under crunch.
Interesting. Mahomes wants to throw it. This pass complete to Higgins. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
This is fielded at the goal line.